ATT Personal Tax, May 2014 Question 7, adapted for the 2021 tax year. My name is Omar Aswat. Rajesh is provided with a house to live in by his employer Gardner Ltd. The company acquired the property in 2002 at a cost of £80,000 and it has an annual value of £2,500. So the company bought the property in 2002, cost was £80,000 and the annual value is £2,500. The property was worth £400,000 on 6th of April 2020, so at the start of the tax year, and £300,000 when first made available to Rajesh in May 2017. Calculate the taxable benefit arising from the provision of the property for 2021. This is a 2-mark question and we are, as you can see, looking at the accommodation benefit. Now these rules are found in ATT 2003, sections 105, section 106 and also section 107, which looks at the 6-year rule. Now, when working out the accommodation benefit, there's a few things you need to gather from the question, which will always be provided. And the first thing is the annual value of 2,500. That is always the starting point when working out the accommodation benefit, the annual value. And also generally the annual value is usually fairly modest, fairly small. And that is because it is based on an historic rating of the gross rateable value. Now, the additional part to the accommodation benefit would be that if the property cost more than £75,000, as you can see, then there is an additional yearly rent charge. Additional yearly rent charge, which effectively is an addition to the annual value to then work out the accommodation benefit, less any amount made good by the employee, which there is nothing in this question. Now, the additional yearly rent charge is the interest, the official rate of interest, which is 2.25% for the 2021 tax year. Previously, for the last few years, it's been 2.5%, multiplied by the value of the property. So we're either looking at the 400,000 or the 300,000. We are ignoring cost. Why? Because they have owned the property for more than 6 years. And therefore, the 6-year rule, which is found in section 107, is a provision which applies when a property costs more than 75,000 and has been owned by the employer for more than 6 years at the time it is first made available to the employee. So it was first made available in 2017, bought in 2002, it's been more than 6 years. What do? We then use the market value when first made available, not what the property is worth at the start of the tax year. The market value when first made available, less 75,000, 2.25% multiplied by 225,000 gives you 5063 rounded up. Therefore, the accommodation benefit on Rajesh would be 7563. As I say, if any amount made good by the employee, so if, let's say, Rajesh paid, I don't know, £200 a month, then that would take off from the 7563. However, we have nothing of the sort in this question, so therefore, the accommodation, the taxable benefit arising from the provision of the property would be 7563. Half a mark for the annual value. You'd get half mark for the correct percentage, half for the correct figure, maybe even 1 for the correct figure, which is the 300,000. And then the full calculation would give you another half mark. That's 2 marks. As I say, ATT 2003, section 105, 106, and 107 outline the rules in further detail.